the feds have updated the existing indictment that they had issued against Bob Menendez, senator from New Jersey. You'll recall he already had one corruption trial that he managed to squeak through, I guess, years ago. This is a second superseding indictment of the 70-year-old Democratic senator, along with his wife, Nadine. The couple that corrupts together stays together, I guess.
Shared interests.
They were already charged with 4 counts of bribery, fraud, and acting as an unregistered foreign agent. This new one, and we should say that he and Nadine Menendez have pled not guilty to the other charges. The new indictment is centered around, and you remember the first one was providing material benefit for Egypt and Egyptian interests. This is essentially, if I understand it, introducing a developer, a real estate developer, to the Qatari royal family, providing some benefit for Qatar in terms of like public statements, et cetera, hooking up this guy, Dabes, I think is his name is pronounced. While the company was considering the investment, this is Dabes sold a major stake in an Edgewater development project for $45 million to Heritage Advisors of London, which was founded by Sheikh Sultan bin Jassim Al Thani from Qatar. So the idea is they're looking for a purchase. This developer's got this big thing. He wants somebody to buy into it. While the company was considering the investment, this is according to Politico, Menendez made multiple public statements supporting the government of Qatar and provided them to Dabes to share with the Qatari investor and government official from the country. In other words, I'm making these public statements. I'm going to send them to you so that you can show them to the Qataris to basically say, like, look what I'm doing for you. And in fact, Menendez allegedly messaged Dabes on an encrypted app before putting out a pro-Qatari statement you might want to send to them. I'm just about to release. Now, of course, you send this on an encrypted app because you don't want anybody to know that you've got a public statement.
Yeah, so odd.
And then several days after attending a private event in Manhattan hosted by the Qatari government, Dabes allegedly messaged Menendez photos of wristwatches with prices ranging from $9,900 to $23,900, asking, how about one of these?
For me, obviously. I'm asking for fashion advice from you, Bob.
Which one do you think is going to suit me better?
What will it compliment my eyes?
In January 2022, as Dabes was about to meet the Qatari investor in London, Menendez allegedly texted both of them, greetings. I understand my friend is going to visit you on the 15th of the month. I hope this will result in the favorable and mutual beneficial agreement that you have both engaged in discussing. And then that May, according to the indictment, the Qatari company signed a letter of intent to enter a joint venture with Dabes, and thereafter, Dabes provided Menendez with at least, you ready for this? Come on, what does Menendez love?
He loves gold bars. There we go.
With a gold bar. Somehow all these people loan him gold bars.
He's a collector.
May you have friends
item.
who will give you as many gold bars as Menendez has gotten.
You got
from
baseball cards, you get gold bars. People just have different interests.
And this is, I'll continue to read some of the stuff from the indictment, but first, we should see how this was reported on MSNBC. This is perhaps one of the more awkward things that one is going to see. Now, I will also say this. You remember when Chris Cuomo was on CNN and he was actually behind the scenes working on helping his brother, Andrew Cuomo, in fighting all of the charges about how Andrew Cuomo screwed up, not just in terms of like COVID, but also with his inappropriateness,
Boundaries.
boundaries around
The allegations against him.
women that Andrew Cuomo come in. This, I mean, I guess live by the sword, die by the sword in a way. Here is
Alicia Menendez.
Alicia Menendez, just coincidentally daughter of Bob Menendez, and on MSNBC. She was filling in for
Nicole Wallace.
Who's on at like 5 p.m. Is that right?
Must be. This was at 5:55 Eastern.
Okay, and Ari Melber follows up. Ari Melber is is also their legal correspondent. His show starts at 6. 5:55 is a little bit early to throw to Melber, but this happened.
Thank you so much for your expertise and for spending some time with us. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with some breaking news right after this.
Hello, I'm Ari Melber with some breaking legal news. New Jersey United States Senator Robert Menendez now facing new allegations in a second superseding indictment that was filed by a federal grand jury from his DOJ prosecution. Those prosecutors there at the Justice Department now allege Menendez received gifts not only for allegedly helping the government of Egypt, but also for helping a developer, Fred Davies, get a multi-million-dollar investment from a company with ties to the government of Qatar.
There you go. And that's at 4:55, and I saw the little thing there, so it wasn't quite his show yet. He was just coming in at the end. I mean,
4:55 Central Time, so yeah.
It is, and to be fair, look, that's how they should handle it. Yeah. She should not be covering it, but awkward.
But maybe, I don't know, like, look, people get to do what they want, and if you're talented enough, you can be the daughter of a senator and still be a host on cable news. But I just think it's a little odd. I think it's a little bit odd that MSNBC chooses to make these kinds of hires, right? Like, it's either somebody who has whether it's Chris Cuomo, I know that's on CNN, or formerly, and her on MSNBC. We don't need to hire these folks.
Abby Huntsman.
Yeah.
Chelsea Clinton.
Who else is also like the Today Show host is Jenna Bush. So, I mean, just you don't need to do it, cable host, but apparently they do. And then their other pastime is just hiring former Republicans who then decide to be hosts on the supposedly liberal.
And just one more detail from the Menendez superseding indictment. As I said, after the Qatari company signed a letter of intent to enter a joint venture with Davies, thereafter, this is reading from the indictment. Thereafter, Davies provide Menendez with at least one gold bar, and then 3 days later, following a dinner with Davies, Menendez allegedly Googled, quote, 1 kilo gold price.
That's the second detail of this where I'm like, I would expect an experienced crime viewer to know, A, don't trust the encrypted apps to actually be encrypted from investigators, and also don't Google your crimes.
But this is the thing. When he didn't get locked up for that first corruption case, this is what crooks, when actual crooks, when they see that happen to themselves, they think I can get away with anything. And that's the lesson clearly that Menendez took. I mean, he thinks he can still get away with running for re-election when, I mean, he's getting outraised and the polls in New Jersey clearly want him out, obviously.
Well, that could be just he's looking for leverage. Once all of the indictments are in, maybe he goes like, what if I resign?
Yeah.
Do I have to go to...
Keep white-knuckling Menendez. It's a great look for you.